Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, Gambia. Good morning to the other side of the world. Good afternoon to the other side of the world. And good evening to the other side of the world. Well, welcome back. This is your favorite online talk show, A Cup of Tea Sikirge Akadija. And today's episode is going to be very interesting. And because we're going to have two guests on this platform. And then we're going to talk about the Gambia, our motherland, of course. So we're going to talk about the Gambia today and then the issues in the Gambia. So welcome back to another episode of A Cup of Tea Sikirge Akadija, and then we'll be right back after the short break. Thank you. Now, every moment, second, minute, or hour is precious. Life is a journey. The only challenge is it doesn't come with a map. We have to search our own route to reach our destination. Well, welcome back, viewers. But before we go further, I would like to say assalamu alaikum mbokk yi ma leen nani ku nekk sa tur ak sa santa di leen ne dalal leen jàmm with another episode of A Cup of Tea si kër gi ak Khadija man la seen doom seen xarit seen anando duma tay di leen ko wax chaque jour di leen fi nekkal nag samedi bu nekk li ko dalee si 9:30 jëmale ko si 10:30 tey nag waxtaan bu ma leen amal mooy nekk li nga xamante mooy Gambia suñu réew mi fii nii ak loo xamante ne mooy jafe-jafe bu nga xamante moom la ñoo jànkantoo as society. So tey ji dinañ fi am nag ñaari gan yi nga xamante ne dinañ fi toog waxtaane fi li nga xamante ne mooy Gambie suñu réew ak den jafe-jafe li nga xamante moom lañu nekk di jaaxanto waaye duñ def dara lu du jël tea break den ñu ñëwaat ñu dalal suñu gan yi jërë ngeen jëf. Mbokk dalal leen jàmm again kon duñ def dara lu dul bàyyi suma gan yi nga xamante ne ñoo teew tey yi fii ñu introduce seen boppa duñ def dara du starté ki nga xamante ne moo nekk suma right side Mr. Jaw dalal la jàmm.
Thank you very much Khadijatu Ba maa ngi lay gërëm di la sant si invitation bi nga xam ne nii awa jox nga ma ko pour ma ñëw si sa plateforme bi pour ñoom yenn waxtaan yu ndaw yi ñu waxtaan programme bi tudd A Cup of Tea with Khadija ci kër gi kontaan naa trop lu ci teew man maa ngi tudd Ibou Diaw.
jërëjëf Ibou Diaw te kontaan naa tey trop sa teew bi duñ def dara lu dul bàyyi suñu jigéen bi nga xamante ku rafet kii macha allah moom itam mu introduce boppam.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Assalamualaikum Khadija. Thank you so much for the interview. My name is Rohi Sane. Comme suma olof bi mën naa am du mën a leer bu baax but then I will try inshallah. Thank you so much and I believe we will all learn something from this talk show inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rohit. And then today, come to go here. The topic of discussion is the Gambia, our motherland. So, you know that I'm nice and tea before you start waxtaan bi. Ku ne nga taste nga xool nga mos ma tea bi dañ neex na wala neew. Ñu ko gisee.
Nee na trop te gëm naa ne programme bi moo ko gën a neex.
Thank you so much. So, yéen ko déggandoo si ñoom ñëpp nee na suma tea bi neex na. But viewers, I would like to talk about the Gambia, a little bit about Gambia. So Gambia is part of the Western Africa, and then the neighboring country is Senegal. And this is the population of Gambia is about estimated to about 2 million, and then the city is Banjul. But then today we're gonna talk about the Gambia and then the issue of the Gambia, because we know that Gambia is a peaceful country and a very nice country, obviously. But du ñaaka dina am yoo xamante ne tamit nit ñi si biir dëkk bi fii nii ñu ngi ko jëfandikoo da tey nag dinañ si waxtaane lu bëri about the Gambia sin issue. But then tey dinañ li nga xamante ne moom gën a important ak loo xam ne moo gën a first wala li nga xamante ne moo gën a nekk di disturb society of the Gambia loolu la ñoo gën a waxtaane tey jii nag lu ñoo starté rek moo nekk education bi mooy bunti jàng si jànge yi so duñ bàyyi dara lu dul roxi moom mi laajte ko si li nga xamante ne Gambia about moom lu mu xam si Gambia first before ñuy dem si li nga xamante ne moo nekk issues yoo xamante moom lañ war a discuss fii nii tey jii roxi mun nga ñëw wax dara tuuti si Gambia fii nii.
Okay, jërëjëf Khadija. If we said the Gambia, I believe the Gambia is the best. Not even among the best, but I believe the Gambia is the best. And the Gambia is a land blessed with milk and honey, a land of heroes and heroine, a land of beautiful cultures and amazing smile in the face of our own children. But also, the Gambia has many overlaps, and I believe that today we will talk about some of those. So that is the Gambia. Gambia mom, mashallah. I mean, lip mom. But we don't want to make the best use of those things that we are blessed with. Sometimes we complain and say this and that, but we have to take ownership of the Gambia. I always said this, anything you take ownership of, you will never want to see it fall. Instead, you will always want to see it as at a different level. But then the problem is we, and we have to talk about those problems. When you come to the education sector in the Gambia, it's very poor. That is the bottom line of it. The education sector in our own country is very, very poor, and we have to make an improvement on that. Now, let's not even go far, but let's talk about the current issues. Like we said, we are approaching to the grade 9 exams.
Yeah.
Grade 9s resume less than 1 month, and they say grade 9 exam is 20-something of July.
It's like next week, I think.
Thank you very much. Next week. Come janga. It's not easy. And children, we are blessed in different aspects. There's some people that are fast learners and others are slow learners. We have not been to school for the past like 3 to 4 months. And now we are just resumed, and you expect the children to go and sit for exam.
Which is very surprising, and then very it's it's a huge disappointment to the kids right now, because it's like a surprise that they will go and sit in the classroom, and then them expecting them to do good or have good result from this, because it's going to be very difficult for them to do so. Honestly. And I think the how to say, the educational Ministry of Education so sit and then check the background, and then see how children will come from this COVID-19 issue, and then it's going to be very difficult for them, because now, just yesterday I was in our school, and then these grade 9 students are killing themselves studying hard. I know it's difficult, very difficult.
Sure, it is very difficult, and it is disheartening. Come Gambia, and then you want to go on. Let's say the things are affecting us.
Yeah.
It's better than going outside and start saying this and that, this and that. There are some decisions that are irrevocable, but some decisions are irrevocable, and they should be irrevocable by we, the individuals. Today, some of our parents don't know certain issues. We have to let them know. It is very difficult to convince some of your parents, but today, let's just consider this. Please, Gambia, we want the grade 9 to sit for exam, because if I want to bring some of the overlaps in the education sector, we will take the whole day here. But let's just focus on these upcoming exams of the grade 9. Grade 9 learn for less than 3 weeks, and we expect the grade 9 to go and sit for exams. Come on, can we go back to this decision again?
And we expect them to bring out good results.
You expect me to bring grade 6, you know, but you know, sometimes they always say, some students, even they learn for the entire year, they cannot do anything. Yes, fine. But no one is destined to fail. We make others to fail, and we can also make others to prosper or to pass. So please, the Gambia, our education sector is poor. Let's just talk about the grade 9, just as I said, and whatever we are to talk about here based on this grade 9 will just be a repetition. Because you don't expect me as an individual, because some of the students, others were happy, because they were saying they were attending these online classes.
Yeah.
Even myself, I am not attending these classes to the most effective way, because sometimes you will not be able to understand. I saw some of the parents that they interviewed at QTV and they were like, yes, come online classes be dafa baax parce que sama doom yi dañ dee toog di jàng. Yes, yow sa doom yi dañ dee toog di jàng waaye am na ñoo xam ne amuñ accessibility bi. So we have to tell the truth to one another. Sometimes we complain on certain issues. It's not because we are affected, but our own people are dying of those issues. Our own people are suffering of that. Yet still we start saying that man suma doom bi moo daf dee toog di seetaan. Yes.
doguma la sax Gambia lu leen gën a sonal moo nekk maslaha because dinañ gis dëgga waaye duñ ko wax tey jii nii nañ waxante dëgga this online classes or TV boo xamante ne ñu ngi ko def ñu ne online si biir TV bi ñu ngi joxe classes for the students ñoo xam ne ñu ngi dem grade 9 because most ñu dem grade 9 fanaa si TV bi lañ leen nekk di jox classes which is nga xamante ne comme like xale yi most starting bi for the first months yi xale yaa ñu doon follow but then now gis nga xale yi duñ dee follow TV bi pour ñu ne ñu ngi toog pour jànga and then the lectures yu dem si seen si TV bi te parents yaa ngi gis loolu waaye duñ ko nangoo wax ida dañoo nekk di pretend like seen doom yaa ngi nekk di jànga si the TV or ñu ngi follow up that lectures yu nekk di dem si TV bi so Gambia comme nu ma wax nii rek mooy maslahaan moo bëri bi nga xamante ne ñu ngi yeexal ñoom seen boppa teg ne ñoom ñi ngay defaral ñoom seen boppa waaye ñi ngay yeexal ñoom seen bopp te éducation dafa nekk loo xamante lu important la si biir dëkka because tey jii soo gisee dëkka di develop nañ ko seetee suñu neighboring country bi soo gisee ñoom seen dëkka bi muy gën a dem di dem because of dañ bëgg a jànga and then education sector dafa dañ ko jël loo xamante lu serious la da nga gis xale bu ndaw jàng bi fu mu ko teg ak ñun tey jii nii fii ñun suñu xale yi distraction bi moo bëri and then parents yi tamit da ngay gis ne comme duñ leen dee pousse tamit bu baax a baax tamit pour ñu jànga and then the other thing moo nekk like teachers yi tamit you understand Gambia fii nii suñ teachers yi sorry to say this but then suñ teachers yi tamit they are not du nekk di def like pressure si suñu students yi pour ñu gën a jànga bu baax or nekk di leen guide because mostly da nga gis tey teacher boo xamante ne tey jii dafay ñëw little knowledge moo am si that education sector bi dafa tuuti ba nga xam ne dafa lii nii dafa disturb xale bi pour mu jàng yow loo gisee loolu
Yeah, teaching also, like you said, see teachers I mean a big role to play in the lives of our own students. When I was on my posting, because I am at the Gambia College, I went for teaching practice twice. My first year for this teaching practice was at Maska, and even the second year also I went to the same school. But then ask my students, I force you to learn. I always tell them, because I always tell this to my students, I will not only inculcate the knowledge of my subject, but also to tell you what you should do as far as citizenship is concerned. Because today, you don't expect a teacher to go to class, you don't deliver up to expectation. Yes, we have different ways of delivery. Like students understand different aspects, but then there are certain methods that we can use to help students to improve themselves. Because I'm a student, they feel reluctant to ask their teachers questions. But then if you give them group work or group assignment, or you just allow a student to come and explain, they understand better. My students sometimes they call me Tess. If I enter in class, they say, hey Tess. Because I force them to learn. I know that people try their best to do something in me. So obviously I should also do my best to put something in the lives of the upcoming generation, because they are our own sisters and they are our own brothers. So obviously if we do not help them, it will really be hard. So teachers, we are the best. And
obviously,
yes, salute to all the teachers who are doing wonders, because no one can pay a teacher. Younger amsa own knowledge. Teachers are never jealous. But then sometimes students also take teachers to be their enemies or rivals.
Or they take them for granted.
But then also it depends on you as an individual, the way you express yourself in the face of the students. Me, I would say some of my students, they can attest to that. The first day I entered class, then my head. The whole class. Yes, at the end, sir, they were confessing. I'm in your hand, hey, Miss Anna, your first day bring you in class. Hi, teacher, I said, okay, it's not my size. I am always proud of that. I said, it's not my size, but what I can do. And I am proud to be called a teacher, and I am proud to be called a training teacher. Because then I believe that teachers have the best profession, but also teachers has the greatest role as far as development is concerned. So please, teachers, let's double up our efforts and kudos to all teachers.
jërëngeen dégg nga comme xam nga moo ko waxee rek moo nekk development su ko gisee si dëkka the thing loo xamante ne moo ko dégg xam nga sooy build tey foundation yi foog mu digga so da nga gis ne education moo nekk di ko foundation li nga xamante ne mooy develop si dëkka because nit ki tey yéen teacher yi yéen nii ñi leen naa wax jërë ngeen jëf yéen tamit because dina am na xam nga dinañ wax ne saaku benn soble su yaaxoo si biir saaku bi yëpp ay yaaxu ba den man dama dee wax ne comme soo leen seetloo wala ngeen di nekk di taana si biir saaku boobu di nga fa gis yu baax am na teachers yoo xamante ne mun nañ seen liggéey ñu ngay jàng ba dangaa gis ne yeneen teachers yi tamit dee doon push much tamit pour dimbale suñu students yi bu baax and then the other thing Gambians fii ñu suñu students yi dundee jàng distraction bi dafa overlap bari si nga xamante ne most the parents yi dañ dee blame teachers yi ñeneen di blame school bi waaye ne comme sa doom moo mel noonu nit ki tey su demee private school mu dem government school man lu ma dee wax rek mooy nekk nit ki su nekkee boppam bi baax na dafa jàng by force obviously but then nit ki su nekkee student bi moom moo deful boppam bi ndox di jàng doo expect pour mu am a good result from that school life am bi nga gis ne education center bi nekk na diñu disturb a lot in the Gambia fii nii Mr. Ibu Jow balaa ñuy dem si beneen question bi wala beneen discussion bi ñoo dem bëgg naa itam nga sànni tuuti si li nga xamante ne moo nekk education bi Gambia bi fii noo ko gisi
waaw loolu am na solo li nga issue bu njëkk a waxtaan si this platform, it plays a pivotal role in the development of this country. What I always say is, when we say knowledge is light, it has a very wide meaning. So, Gambia now, I'm not saying we don't need money, but we need knowledge more than money.
Yeah.
Because if millions are given to this country, the Gambia, a population of, when it is more than 2 million, it was not long ago.
Yeah.
Now, the Gambia is very retarded in terms of education. Why? Because I am not blaming any individual, but let's blame ourselves collectively. Because we are not doing what is required of us, starting from the top officials in the government, from the president downwards. There is something we have to put in mind. We have to put politics aside and say the truth. The truth is that the government does not give the educational sector its dues. For example, I'm a rural dweller. I live in the rural area. Most of our youths, the only means they get to have education is the Gambia College, which was free. And now, I don't know whether it is privatized or it is used as a business center. Most of our students are being asked a tuition fee of $7,000 per year.
Which is not done.
Which is not good. It is discouraging many of them who wanted to be in GTTI or MDI, but because of the high tuition fees, they decided to go to the Gambia College. Now, if what is in MDI, Jollof Turos and GTTI is what they found in the Gambia College, where are they? Let them look into that and then help us out.
That's a good point, Mr. Joe, and then I think the viewers out there have heard you guys all well. And now I'm coming over here. Niga hamante mo education, mo moy ninga jangal nit ki bam don ki nga xamanteni mom la bëgga doon lo xamanteni moy tay ji nit ki nek president wala doon doctor wala doon teacher comme ni ko waxé ni wala doon li nga xamanteni mo nek ko xamanteni ku am maana la ci dëkk bi fini légui si walum li nga xamanteni moy nit ki ba mo nek doctor wala di nek nurse légui nañ wax si benen topic bi mo nek about the health facilities bi nga xamanteni moy Gambia tamit te gis na ne tamit Gambia ni tamit ñi ngi complain more about the health facility bi nga xamanteni mo nek Gambia di poor health facility bi fini because gis na ne tay am nañ nursing school and then students there you get do very well, but then I guess sometimes when they blame like nurses or doctors in Gambia fee because doctors in Gambia fee I guess then they after send school in fee then them abroad gëna yokka seen jànga dañ dee am more experience but then da nga gis ne su ñëwee Gambia fii nii the thing loo xam ne moo tax duñ dee mën a perform well is because of the facilities yoo xamante ne amuñ ko fii nii Gambia te bëgg naa tamit boobu tamit waxtaan si bu baax a baax.
waaw Khadija health sector bi lu am solo la te balaa nit di jàng sax na fekk yaa ngi am wér gu yaram foog naa wér gu yaram mooy lépp daal su dut lépp sax but it's one of the key things as far as living is concerned, not only development, but as far as living is concerned, health sector is very important. If you also can look at the health sector in the Gambia, sometimes they want to come, Gambia Gambia. But then the truth is the truth. Yeah. If we know that this is a problem going on, we have to say it. Who knows? Solutions can come out of our own saying. Yeah. But then society health sector be. I was having a platform show on Golden Bee Revolution at Star TV, and I shared the same platform with an individual called Fode. I forgot the surname, but his name is Fode. He sustained an accident in 2017. But the story of that boy is very sad, because we can see that the boy could not even get his health status till now. The Gambia we call. Now I said that boy, I watched QTV News, and there was this report that this boy called Idrissa, is it Idrissa Maron? I don't know exactly, but may his soul rest in peace, because he is late now. The boy was having the aim of becoming a doctor when he grows up. But then he was a heart patient. Gambia League. Then call wahati till we see that come soon wahi can do simuna def dara, but we will still talk because we want the best for our own country. So this boy was having this heart problem, but he couldn't get treatment in the Gambia. The boy couldn't get treatment from Senegal till the boy died.
Which is very sad.
Which is very sad. And this other individual called Aliu, he was working at the Gambia Port Authority, and we know that the Port Authority is one of the biggest revenue generation in the Gambia. But then this man, sorry, he's not a boy, he's a man. He said this. He said he sustained this accident when he was during his work hours at the Port Authority, not when he was going, but within his work hours at the Port Authority. But until date, and that accident was also in 2017. So 2017, the family made you one another. So Alhamdulillah, I do not sustain anything from that, and I wish you and I would also sustain from that. So this person also sustained this injury, but he do not get any single support from the Gambian government. And I believe the Port Authority is under the Gambia government.
Sure.
Or is it a private institution?
It's a government process.
It's a government. Thank you very much. So when that individual cannot get support from her own or from his own government, what do you expect the person to do? Because today he is having like some pains in his heart, because they interviewed him because he couldn't come to the platform. They interviewed, and then the interview was played while the program was going on. But when the man was talking, you can sense this pain in him, because he was like, because I can't diminish. So we said we are Gambians. Today you want me to go outside and talk to the people. You want me to come here and sensitize. You want me to come here and talk about the education sector and other sectors affecting, or the issues affecting the Gambia. Yeah. When I am exactly not healthy, I cannot do anything for that. So you will see that our own government, if they do not value our own health sector, it will be very difficult. Because I don't think even Mr. President of any other country, and the Gambia as well, if you're not healthy, you cannot execute your duty as a president.
Very true.
So I believe our health sector is very poor. Khadija, I visited Banjul Hospital some like 3 to 4 weeks back. It's less than 1 month. I went to this women's ward. Gambia, if you had I went there. But then because that maternity, when I get there, I was complaining. The women always were like, hey. My friend, the girl I went and visited was like, yes, because this is my country. I take ownership that this is the Gambia, and the Gambia is mine. I always said the Gambia my pride. but I will never and ever see any single lab in my own pride, and yet still I hide that. Oh, I do not speak about it. I will speak. When I get to Banjul Hospital, like this woman, what come soon was in I'm not from them day indi, then you go send me benem plus come so then from there you can go ngana palsa dombe nganyo fofu non. Why jigen you know te ñep xam nañ ne jigen bu wasin es mu ci metit. Te tay suñ sagaru jigen suñ rew du musa dem kanam. Because today we believe that every single sector of our own development can never go in the absence of our own women. Because they jigen in your today, if you want to conquer an entire nation, conquer the youths and the women. With that, you can get to where you want. But then, jigen you know, si lopitan bi sen lal bi dafa wow. Man dama tok sa I was feeling pain. Gis nga, I was like, I am feeling this pain. And what of a woman who just gave birth? The woman is in pain, and yet still the woman is sitting on the same bed. It's painful. There are just 2 toilets inside, I don't know, but the other one is not functioning. Only 1 toilet is functioning. And the women inside there are more than 15 women. Te yoga dem si wana bi man mabuga dem te man mang si metit. How do you expect me to do? So dama talk haki aki. So the gis ne, if we talk about the health sector, every single aspect of our own sector in the Gambia has a problem. But the main issue is like this health. Ngir yalla, Gambians, we can help, but we don't want to
the government, our Gambian government, of course.
Sometimes I always say this, I'm a ñoo xamne dañ am gor torop pour ma ñoo team la ne la Khadija li moy suma problem. Comme dama gis na, because some people, the fact is some people will know your problem and they will never help you. Instead they will go and publish it out. So some of the people will not go and say this is my problem, but we have millions of people who know that these are the problems going, but they will never help. They will want you to approach them and they call the entire media and give you. Are you giving it for the sake of the entire media, or are you doing it for the sake of your country? It's a question. Today, if the Gambia is giving, it will give in the name of cheap popularity. Because sometimes you're doing something, but then you don't have the support to do so. I am doing something, but I don't have the support to do so. But yet still, I will continue doing it. And whatever I get from there, I will take it. I always said this: if it was to lose my last breath for the Gambia, I will do it, because I will never stop talking. Whatever the consequence will be, I will take it. It's not anybody's fault, but my own fault. Because we have a lot of issues that we should talk about. Now they said you have the right to talk. Yes, but sometimes you feel like your rights have been seized, because if you talk, they said yangi against government, be yangi against. I will never and ever be against the government, but I will be against any other thing that they do which is not for the benefit of we. I will never be against any individual, but I will be against with what you do which is not right. So I believe we have something to do on this aspect.
Devena rew mi Gambia fu mu toll nii parce que ndaw ñi lañ bëgg ñi nga xamante ñoo nekk di voice out li nga xamante ne Gambian si loolu lañ nekk di face right now. Baax na bu baax a baax ndax doomi Gambien li mooy wane ne bëgg nga Gambia sa réew ndax nit ki amul dara lu dul sa réew de comme niñ ko dee sooy dem te xamuloo fooy jëm mu delluwaat fi nga jógee te gis nañ ne yow yàgg naa di la seetlu te gis naa sa vidéo yi te am so dama kontaan la su ma gisee sa vidéo bi ni nga dee waxee dama ko dee wax ki nga xamante ne sa xarit la sax dama ko dee wax ne kii vidéo mi daf ma dee ne because of ba dee inspired nu dee voice out te li nga xamante loolu la Gambien si nekk di face du si kanam tuuti balaa ñuy jeexal this programme dinañ ko player bi nga xamante mooy vidéo about the COVID-19 li nga xamante ne moo nekk di dox si bi aduna bi yëpp ndax aduna bi yëpp gis na ne ñëpp a ngi face about this COVID-19 so dinañ leen player about the COVID-19 point bi nga xamante bind na ko jërëjëf kii ni nga waxee rox yi si point yi nga xam ne raise nga ko si about the health facilities yi ak then education bi duñ def dara rek pour gën a raise another topic bi nga xamante ne tamit about si Gambia bi ba tey si Gambia bi la ñoo waxtaanee li nga xamante moo nekk road facilities yi tamit Mr Ibu Diaw bëgg naa yow tamit nga ñëw si loolu noonu about the road facility because dëgg tamit soo gisee lu koy gën a jëmal kanam xam nga développement bokk na te soo déggee ñu ne road facilities yi tamit bokk na si développement te gis naa ne dëkk boo xamante ne fooy balaa ngaa dugga si dëkk bi il faut nga am ay yoon pour nga mun a fee dugga si Ibu bëgg naa yow tamit nga waxtaan li nga xamante ne moo nekk road facilities yi tamit.
Wow, thank you very much, Khadija. Once again, what we are talking about is the Gambia. pressing issues in the Gambia, what does the Gambian want. We talk about education, we talk about the health sector. My co-invitee has elaborated widely on those two issues. So I'll have to talk about the road and some other issues. What I'm saying is, I have to blame the government of the Gambia. Yeah, not any individual, not any political party, but the Gambia collectively. Because if a problem arises, we have a problem which is collective or a common problem that is being encountered by every Gambian. What will solve that problem is unity. We have to unite and set up strategies, tactics to solve that problem. But we are not doing that. Okay, we are living in a society where we characterized by character assassination. Each individual is discriminatory. You're trying to undermine your fellow Gambian. If you see his setbacks, you capitalize on that setbacks. The road network in the Gambia, it is very poor. Yeah, it's very poor. Go to the up countries in Nyomi. For 55 good years, there is no good road network from Bar going down to Alberta. Our women in the agricultural sector, when they have their produce and want to come to the capital city to sell it there, it's a big problem. They would have to wake up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning to get transportation to come to Bar. Why is the government, because the previous government, they've been traveling there. During campaign, they will go to the up countries, give them promises. They will even put in every junction some machines, promising them that if you vote for me, we will construct your road.
And still there is no changes. 30
years, no changes. 22 years, no changes. Another 4 to 5 years, no changes there. And it is not only in the New English. It is in every part of the Gambia. The problem with the Gambia is that su campagne jotee am nañ time with campagne. While su liggéey jotee tamit still they go use for campagne. This is the problem of the Gambia. From 2016 up to date, what they are doing is criticizing one another, belittling one another. They never come together collectively to get a solution to their problems. That is not what they are doing. How many intellectuals are in the Gambia? How many technocrats are in the Gambia? Name the political parties that are in the Gambia. From the NPP, so many intellectual and technocrats are there. The UDP, PDOIS, GDC. What are they doing for the countries? Recently, this pandemic, the COVID-19, what I saw in Senegal, Ousmane Sonko, Idrissa Seck, and some other politicians, they were all in the State House in Senegal, trying to see how best they will be able to overcome this. Where do you see one Gambian politician meeting the president for a solution?
And that is the
they don't do that.
Explanation of unity. Like
the president cannot do all those things. He doesn't know everything. Those in the cabinet or in the National Assembly, they don't know everything. It is the responsibility of the head of every political party to get in your technocrats, your intellectuals, and then discuss with them. Like your guy, don't get hell as pandemic being, let's meet the president, a solution. Why do you what we do is trying to undermine each other, looking into the fault of each other. That will not take us anywhere. This is why the Gambia is not moving. When we come to the side of the youths, there is no lazy youth in the Gambia.
Yeah.
Go out in the street and see them. In every sector of our economy, they are struggling. The problem is they are not secure. I heard from one Gambian politician, he said the Gambia needs security. What I say is not security in uniform. Job security is there. In the private sector, you will be employed. When you are employed at the end of the day, you figure to be legal, don't feel comfortable. Because at any minute, you te duma am fen fuma complain. Lutax Gambian bi the National Assembly mënuñoo try ñu set in regulations yoo xam ne dañu regulate the private sector regulate the government nga xam ne soo employé nit dañoom ñooy draft contract boo xam ne ni tey ñu def salary grading soo nekkee accountant soo nekkee manager soo nekkee lii la ñu war a fay nekku ne ku set up the business moo war a decide ne lii la ñoo lii laa ko fay comprendre nga tey li ñoo fay di salary si ñoo fay top rankers in every department government or private department su àggee 5,000 ñu bëri sax dina bëgg wax seen salary because it's unexplainable so lii mooy the problem with the Gambia government bi ñoo war a def dara bàyyi xëccoo bi ñiiyoo ak ŋaayoo bi amut jëriñ it has no use let them try to come together when it is time for work okay work is business when it is time for business let them come together when it is time for elections campaigns let them go to their respective parties and then do what is expected of them. Once you are voted in the National Assembly, you don't have to represent your party there. What you have to do is to represent the population. I would have to stop here until...
Mr. Joe, being issue we have in Gambia see, I am a victim about the water supply, Gambia feeling. Gambians see complain, especially Kololi, Manjai and other places tamit ñepp ngay complain man I am a victim man Kololi la diga 2 years la na 2 years ñi ngi ni dundé am ndox suñu pompe bi sa du dé toxa sa ben drop of water sa du dé gëna ci pompe bi which is very dafa grave because nit ki li nga xamanteni lo nga solo sa dunda moy wërgu yaram first il faut nga am tam lu nga lekk waye tay ji soy toga lekk lan nga nit ndox xam nga dañ dew ne soy toga dara il faut nga def fa xorom mu am ñam waye légui ta tay nak légui soy toga te amon ndox légui lolu xana ban façon toga la te gis na ne tamit yaram dafa nit tamit ndox ñun Gambians ñu bëri ñu ngi face this issue bo xamantene moy water supply bi not all the citizens of Gambia are having that facility mo tamit te bëgg na mo tamit nga voice out ko nit yi dégg ko ñu xamné né comme like ñun mi as a victim man mi ak keneen ñu ngi face this difficulties.
waaw lu ñu wax rek mooy comme dañu wax ne the basic needs of man are food shelter and clothing yooyu yëpp lu ko mën a luy tax nit ki am ko sufficient mooy water supply because xam nga fii nit yu dangaa dem si kër nit ki war a xëy food understand nga jël fuutam yëpp teg ko dem si pompe tëj fekk yéreen yëpp de ngeen pour amatu lu mu sol nga war a toog a taal añ ndox amul understand this is what is going on fridge boo dem ñu fa dugal bottle yi seedut understand nga te comme ñu ngee fay tax dafa am line bu ñu war a liif understand nga su ñoo fay tax that tax dafa war a ñëwaat ci ñun te every day every year taxation mu ngay increase in the Gambia and the life the people are not living is not up to standard. There's a problem somewhere. The people who are holding public offices are not doing their duties. Their responsibilities are not up to 50%, to talk of 100%.
xam nga gis nga te loolu noonu nga xamante ne nekk na loo xamante dafa disturb citizens of the Gambia because nekkul kololi man su ma génnee sometimes dama di dégg ñeneen di wax ne ñun suñ kër wala suñ side fii ñu dundee am ndox te ndox dafa nekk lu important tamit si nit yi so loolu moo ma indi tamit si beneen topic bi nga xamante mooy nekk government sector because nawet I believe ne is partly government and then partly private but then foog naa tamit ñoom tamit government bi because ñoom ñoo fi nekk ñoo fi am woot si and then ñoo fi am cadre tamit si biir dëkk bi fii nii war na foog naa tamit government sectors yi nga xamante ne ñooy provide these facilities or mooy provide about these health facilities ak education sector bii nii yëpp government sectors yooyu noonu tamit yow lan nga si gis ne tamit ñoom nekkuñ di ko def because soo gisee li yëpp di happen they are not doing their work.
Let me tell you something. There is no parastatal in the country which should be privatized. Nawet should not. There is no private individual that have 1% share in NAWEC. It is not, it should not be. We are paying tax. We are paying tax. Today I was in Facebook, someone posted that the NAWEC in somewhere in the Gambia, they don't have in Katri to do what printer guy send Casper slips in. And that is serious. Each and every day, how many millions they are collecting from the people. A simple cartridge which I can even buy for myself, a whole government parastatal branch cannot provide. It's a serious issue. Where is that money they are collecting from the people going on. And this is happening in every sector. What they are doing is, what they are collecting, it is not going back to the people, but they are not using it to expand. They are not using it to help out the people. Go to Port Authority, go to Gambia Revenue Authority. We are paying our tax. The people, the average Gambian, pay tax every day, but it is not going back to them. This is a serious problem in the Gambia. That is why we'll keep, unless we change, we'll keep having poor electricity supply, poor water supply. The education system will not work, the health system will not work, because they are not doing what is expected of them. This is the real problem, and it is the fact.
And gis na witness na lo xamantene tam mo nek ci about this tax payment yi mostly badole yi sa ñoo di gëna son because ñom lañ leen dé tax and then nga gis na ñom sen things yom ne nit nañ ko duñ ko dé provider and then why yena business sectors yo xamantene they are doing good nga gis na sa it's very difficult pour gay nek di fay tax in the Gambia fini but mostly ñi nga xamantene ñu ngi nek di struggle or ñi am sen own business bu ndaw ñom leen dé gëna topal fair tax and then sen needs itam duñ ko mëna provider.
Another problem is a very serious thing. So seetaan Sénégal TFM ngay seetaan seen théâtre yu fa dee am balaa théâtre bi di ñëw advertisement shots yu dee ñëw dañ lay gis seen product si la ñëw advertise waaye Gambia fii nii wax ma ban factory leen am pour suñ raw material ñu change ko into finished goods demal si off bi ñu ngi produce bags of tomatoes but there's no factory in the Gambia boo xam ne nii man gisuma ko mun na am na waaye man gisuma factory bu standard boo xam ne nii this tomato bi yaa ngi koy change into tomato paste.
même su amee sax ñu ñàkk parce que bu dégg naa am tomate paste am na fi.
su amee dañuy tax dañuy mën a def
dañoo tax bi ñu leen dee fay ñu leen dee fayloo moo dee bëri ba nga xamante ne sax ñoom sax pour ñu advertise seen own product ba is proudly made in the Gambia.
loolu responsabilité government bi la sax pour ñoom ñu am factories yooyu noonu. gerte bi da ngaa gis baadoole bi bay. ba nawet bi jeex mu ngi tawte mu ngi soxna du am dépense mu ngi lekk yu naxari si nawet bi at the end of day mu jaay bu ko live another life nga jël gerteem bi yëpp ngeen isi ko government bi jël ko ba pare ñu war a toog ay months ba nawet bi jege si balaa ñu amaat balaa ñu leen a fay seen xaalis dafay fekk they are heavily indebted understand nga ñu ngi leb ba fees dañoo ñëw rek xaalis bu ñu jël ñu fayee ko what the government need to do is ñu tey Gambia is too small to be poor. I will continue saying this. Gambia dafa ndaw pour ñàkk suñ géej bi Gambia amul we need a fishing trawler ferry suñ dawee benn at war nañu mën a jënd a fishing trawler bu si nekk mën na employ lu mat 500 Gambians loolu noonu unemployment dafa wàññeeku si dëkk bi waaye da doon do that outside ships si la ñu amal contract ñu ñëw nappa suñ jën yi yóbbu ko fële toon def ko seen factory yi toon ko into sardine ñëw jaay ñu ko at a very high price loolu tam soo demee si forest bi tam loolu moo xapoon foofu noonu suñ timbay rek gars yi di jël di ko jaay gars yi ñëw ko China wala any other country ñu ñëw lii fi la jógee ko it was a raw material here ñëw ko fële gars yi dafa ko ñëw jaay ñu ko at a very high price what is the government doing? There is no government since independence that comes into the Gambia fekk nekkul nelaw ñu ngi nelaw what they need to do kon ñuy jël foreign aid bi moo ñu sonal dafa am loo xam ne ñun ñu ko war a amal we have to be food self sufficiency Gambia dafa am luñ nii am nañ ko de waaye then using it the most important natural resources in the world is peace am nañ ko léegi let's utilize that peace nañ def consultation jàngkat yi jàng ñëw ñu fi bari ñooñu leen come on board government bi ibbi leen bunta ñu def investment ensemble private sector yi ñëw government bi xam ne private sector suñ fi ñëwee tamit whatever they do will go back to the Gambia dañu naa help private sector tam ñoom ñu gëm ne ñu ngi fi rek pour am xaalis dugal seen poche yi waaye dañu am xaalis employé nit ñi fay nit ñi salaire bu baax Gambia développe Gambia lu fi laaj dafa bari so it's up to us pour ñu stand up comme kii lu wax we have to take ownership of the Gambia patriotism ensemble loolu rek the spirit of patriotism mooy mën a tax Gambia dem ku nekk gëm ne man Gambia su féelee man maa féey ensemble so this is the issue in the Gambia as of now and we have to say
jërëjëf Mr. Diaw foog naa li nga wax ni yëpp leer na. And then li moment delluwaat suma last topic of discussion mooy about the lack of support because suñ ko fi waxee rek wiiri bi yëpp about this ni nekk di wax ni yëpp lack of support tamit nekk na fa Gambians they are not proud of what they own. loolu moo nekk seen problème they are not proud of what they own because tey jii I think soo gisee ndaw mu ngi def dara trial nga dimbale ko mu àgga fu nga xamante ne foofu la war a àgga tey soo gisee suñu neighboring country soo gisee ñu raw ñu they are like 2 steps ahead of us because of ñoom they support each other seen ndaw suñu gisee mu ngi def little thing dañ dee try ñu dimbale si invest ñu dimbale ko mu gën a am loolu gën a rëy so I think Gambia loolu lañ gën a laaj so viewers this brings us to the end of the show but then before we wrap it up bëgg naa tam ngeen joxe a little advice of the Gambians and then citizens of the Gambia and then the Gambian government too. We start with one.
You know, I am seriously moved and inspired by the issues raised here, and I believe the people watching will make the best use of what we are saying. And please, we are asking for apology. Domi Adama Mutut. Te lepp luñ fi wax lo xamne baaxul ngeen xamne jumte la te lepp lu baax ngeen xamne yalla ñu jappale rek. But then let's not only focus on the negative aspect. Khadija, you will bear with me that sometimes Gambia the problem is like we only focus on the negative areas. But I always say this, let us not only focus on the negative aspect, let's balance the equation. Consider this area and also consider the other aspect. With that we can move. But then please Gambians, let's take ownership of what we own. Because if we do that, we will get to the promised land. And Gambians also, I always said this, let's motivate our own, let's support our own, let's encourage our own, because it is only our own that will forever make us proud. So nenjapalante,
thank you Rahim wax bi rafet na moom tamit nu ma leen ko waxee rek poète la mi nga xamante mi Gambia fii nii den daf di binda loo nga xamante loolu la Gambia ni nekk di am face mu binda ko den di am voice ko out xam naa balaa ñuy tëj this programme inshallah dina leen play li nga xamante ne moo nekk COVID-19 mi nga xamante moom la ko def sut na ko def ko vidéo so dinañ ko play viewers out there pour ñu def.
Today I see a world full of pain. Our people dying, crying, weeping, all because of the COVID-19. Why forga make refejam? Ahakan refejam when our education system is jam. Hey you Mr. Virus, have mercy upon our education system, for I see no bright feature in the new learning system introduced. Tell me, I as a deaf person who understands nothing but sign languages and got only a radio, who will help in translating those things said on air? Che you virus, for you affect not only our education system but even our Salatul Jama. And we all know that Salatul Jama afdalul min Salatil Fardi. Why tax nga be suñu juma yi tëj jaamu yàlla ne tek be foog naa ne suñu réew du tekkiwaat. But it's never a surprise to me, cause the prophet peace be upon him said, in the last days of this dunya we shall see a lot of things. So may Allah the Almighty safeguard us from the hardships of this dunya, amen. Why not? We need not to be locked up in our rooms, cause it's never the solution. Instead, jijuma munutika kasumuto kumankupurde sukayolla. For we believe that together we shall have a Gambia, a world free from the COVID-19. But then, fellow Gambians, fat imbasito ayif in about these medicines, masks and vaccines brought into our country by foreign people, because it will never save us from the coronavirus. See, let me tell you this, Mamboki. If those vaccines from them could save us, then why is their death rate in their individual countries increasing day by day? So be wise, my country people. Let's do as the saying goes, that ofagandiko oten majuf awad nohi. Let's prevent ourselves to be on the safer side. All the times, let's try to lahado habai in for fofi for safu come, not forgetting to use our elbows or tissue to cover our mouths and nose when sneezing or coughing. With this, we shall rise and smile together, and of course, our minds shall be in peace and our hearts at ease. Rohia Tusane, the daughter of the mighty pen, Gallo the poetess, Team Saab, I rep.
Mr. Joe, you London advice Gambian see.
The little advice I have for the Gambia is it goes to the government and to the private people, those who are rich enough to help our people. There are so many talented youths in the Gambia. When you come to the musical industries, it has been lacking behind in Africa. It is of recent that they are struggling to catch up the attention of the public. The Gambian population are helping them out by being present in their shows, not only in the music industry, but some comedians are also in the Gambia. And likewise, what you are doing here, this platform needs sponsorship, okay, and every other platform. So therefore, the government has to come on board and check in those areas. The youths that have talents and they're representing Gambia in different areas. For example, recently that this woman, this lady, Gina Bass, he's been representing the Gambia. He needs support. Many of in sport, our footballers, they need support. So let the government and then the individuals who are very influential come on board and help the Gambian people. Let's take an example from Senegal. They help each other. Every Senegalese that have a little skill, they will come on board, invest in you, develop you, and then you will reach the outside world. This is my little short advice that I have for the private individuals and the government.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joe and then Ms. Sane. So, but then, when you have this program, li nga xamantene am na ay fun questions yoo xam ne dama leen ko laajte just to make it fun right before you because xam naa wax liñ fi wax yëpp comme ni ko Rohey waxee xam nga wax neexul because yeneen wax dinañ ko fi wax waaye nekku ne loo xamante moo nekk suñu intention pour wax loolu ba dañoo pour defaraat things yi rek moo ñu tax ñuy toog fii di waxtaane li nga xamante ne moo metti Gambien si ñu waxtaan ko waaye waxuñ ko nag pour loo xamante ne pour see Gambia nekkuñ di move forward ba dem pour soo gisee li ñu koy waxtaane rek because dañ bëgg suñu réew bëgg am changes am suñu dëkk bi so questions yu ma leen amal fii nii moo nekk first dinaa leen laaj first question moo nekk tea or coffee, which one do you prefer?
Well, I prefer tea.
Tea?
Yeah.
A cup of tea with Khadija, right?
Yes.
Mr. Jam, tea or coffee?
I would prefer what she prefers.
Tea. Okay. So, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
Okay, my most proud accomplishment is that I am taking ownership of what I own, and that is the Gambia. Yes.
Mr. Jam, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
Being involved in projects.
Thank you. And also, the third question is, who are your role models and why?
Okay, my parents are my role models because they nurtured me in the most dignified way and make me who I am today. So bravo to my mommy and daddy.
Thank you, mommy and daddy. Mr. Jam.
My role model is in the area, be my young. It's
That is about the politics, right? So, fourth is your favorite food or dish.
Oh my God! Okay, my favorite dish is super kanja. So how many dapat am lip dar? Wow.
Tengok na pempeng sangat tu dah. So ibu jawab.
Cherry.
Cereal lah. Apa cereal maupun dah boleh pak identifikan. Then fifth question we want to describe yourself in one word.
Cute.
Thank you. I love that. She's very cute, of course. Mr. Joe.
Me? I cannot describe myself just in one word.
Ugly.
But I know I'm a very lousy person.
Yeah. Fair enough. So the sixth one is, do you feel like a leader or a follower?
I feel like both. I feel like a leader and I feel like a follower as well. Yes.
Good choice. Mr. Jam?
A leader.
A leader. Yeah. He is our next, is it president or minister?
But before being the president, I would want to be in the National Assembly.
Inshallah. So watch out for him. And the seventh question is, which one do you prefer, exercise or sleeping? Sport is important, but which one do you prefer, exercise or sleeping?
Sport is very important, but I prefer sleeping.
I think that must convince you to start doing sport.
Yeah.
I don't do exercise and I don't sleep much, I know.
So,
I cannot remember the last time I do jogging. I'm
Okay.
jogging or even jogging.
Then start doing. Alright, so what do you love doing the most?
Okay, I love public speaking the most. Yes, I love public speaking the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Mr. Joe?
Reading.
Reading, which is very good. And then the ninth question is your favorite host as at now.
My favorite host as at now. Oh my God, she's Khadija.
I was expecting that.
So obviously I have to say she.
Thank you, Daddy. Mr. Joe?
Yeah, I would be ungrateful to say, to mention any other person, if not Khadija, because this is the first time I'm invited in a platform like this.
Oh, I'm so glad that I'm the first one who did. And then the last question is, do you guys love selfies?
Of course, yes.
So will you all mind us taking a selfie before we close up?
Don't
But
ask
then,
me. I don't know.
no, we're all gonna take a selfie, of course, because I will take the answer as yes. So thank you, viewers, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. And I thank you, Rahia, too, for coming on board. And then Mr. Joe Yusut, thank you for the time, and then I really appreciate it. And I know the viewers out there really enjoyed this episode today, which is a very interesting topic about the Gambia and then the issues of in the Gambia here. So we will see you guys next Saturday, inshallah, with another topic, a very interesting topic, inshallah. See you next Saturday. Bye.
Today I see a world full of pain. Our people dying, crying, weeping, all because of the COVID-19. Why forga make refejam? Ahakan refejam when our education system is jam. Hey you, Mr. Virus, have mercy upon our education system, for I see no bright feature in the new learning system introduced. Tell me, I as a deaf person who understands nothing but sign languages and got only a radio, who will help in translating those things said on air? Che you, Virus, for you affect not only our education system but even our Salatul Jama. And we all know that Salatul Jama afdalul min Salatil Fardi. Why tax nga be suñu juma yi tej jaamu yàlla ne tek be foog naa ne suñu réew du tekkiwaat. But it's never a surprise to me, cause the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, in the last days of this dunya, we shall see a lot of things. So may Allah the Almighty safeguard us from the hardships of this dunya. Amen. Why not? We need not to be locked up in our rooms, cause it's never the solution. Instead, jijuma munutika kasumuto kumankupurde sukayolla. For we believe that together we shall have a Gambia, a world free from the COVID-19. But then, fellow Gambians, Fat Imbasito Ayif in about these medicines, masks and vaccines brought into our country by foreign people, because it will never save us from the coronavirus. See, let me tell you this, Mamboke. If those vaccines from them could save us, then why is their death rate in their individual countries increasing day by day? So be wise, my country people. Let's do as the saying goes, that ofagandiko oten majuk awad nohi. Let's prevent ourselves to be on the safer side. All the times, let's try to lahado habai in for fofi for safu komo come, not forgetting to use our elbows or tissue to cover our mouths and nose when sneezing or coughing. With this, we shall rise and smile together, and of course, our minds shall be in peace and our hearts at ease. Rohia Tusane, the daughter of the mighty pen, Gallo the poetess, Team Saab, I rep.